Hey, what's up? It's your boy S.W. Shawn the Wonder, and I want to talk about a lot of stuff that's been going on with me this week. So last week we had okay, actually I'll go over what I just did recently. So I did see Shang Chi over the weekend. Shang Chi, I should say, over the weekend. It was a pretty good Marvel movie. It had like the best hand-to-hand fight scenes, of course, as it should be, since he's a martial artist in the comic books. Yeah, we had him had the best hand-to-hand fight scenes in the MCU. It was a really good story. I did like I like how it tried a little bit different in terms of editing and storytelling in it. Like some of the transitions they did was a little bit different. Like there was one guy was explaining his background, and then I'm not really serious to spoil it because I don't really tell anything about the story, but it like switches to them talking in an airplane, just to show that the story is moving along, and I think that was kind of cool. The bus sequence that you see in a trailer, that first trailer that came out, that was actually a really good sequence. Like it was really hyped up and stuff. Yeah, it was really excellent. The actors in it was fine. They did a good job, I think. Tony Leung's character was really good. He did seem very threatening, and Shang Chi himself was a cool character. Aquafina, I think she was fine. And I didn't hear that much of her black scent in it. Anyway, but she was fine as is. But yeah, I guess. Only thing, there were two things I didn't like about it. I still feel like a lot of people haven't seen this though, because of the pandemic or whatever. But there's a certain character that's inserted in it, like towards the end, I ain't really like, and I think they could have did a better job with the villain's motivation. Like it's a standard motivation. I've seen a few villains, I think, with the same motivation, but the execution of it, I think, could have been done a bit better. I'm not sure if it was the dialogue or if they needed some more like visual. It's hard for me to explain. Let me just do a spoiler like right here. Like so okay, so spoilers. Alright, let me get it out of the way here. So with Tony Leung's character, he believes that his dead wife was still alive. And he think she's trapped behind some gate in the village that she's like from another dimension, in this like pocket dimension in the middle of China. So he thinks she's still alive because he's hear voices on occasionally. I don't know, the voice just seemed kind of, I don't know, it doesn't really say, I'm not sure if it's the dialogue or if I'm just like tuning out, but I don't know, I feel like maybe that he needed to see, like, they could have like some visions of him like actually seeing her and talking to him, or something like that, like something vivid, because I don't know, I wasn't really convinced that he thought she was alive like that. It just it didn't hit as it should have compared to other villains like Mr. Freeze, or I can't think of anybody else. There's other villains who had like dead wives that they trying to bring back. Shit. But that was about it, and I didn't really like the conclusion of the Mandarin. Well, he could have been in a movie, but he was in it too much for me, and it seemed like they tried to redeem him a bit when he shouldn't have. Like, he should have been used as like a joke, like, you know, this man who sold my name, he's my servant now, or he's my jester. Like, it showed him like being humiliated or something. It's like a little cameo, but that's all my complaints about it. All right, spoilers ended after that. So overall, I like the movie. Would like to see it again. Not sure how it stands among all the other ones currently, but I'm eager to see where it goes. And Shang-Chi, if you know in the comics, he don't really have any powers. He's just a really good martial artist. I think he's supposed to be the best martial artist in the Marvel universe. But here he may or may not be getting superpowers of his own in it. Yeah, I like the little cameos from some of the other Marvel, a couple of the other Marvel characters in it. But yeah. All right, so on to video game stuff. So Nintendo had a direct last week, and actually it was a pretty good direct. There was a lot of cool shit in there. There was an ActRaiser remaster. We got a Chocobo Racing 2, but it's called Chocobo GP for Nintendo Switch. It's actually exclusive for Nintendo Switch. It's a little weird. I would think if I was Square Enix, I would make it multi-platform. I mean, majority of Final Fantasy fans are on PlayStation because, you know, y'all started out, your most popular game was on PlayStation 1, and people kind of just followed from there. There hasn't been no mainline Final Fantasies on the Nintendo system since 6. Yeah. Oh, unless you count the ports, because I know now there's ports. But as far as like at release games, there have been no Nintendo, no Final Fantasies on Nintendo then. Okay, but yeah, so it is kind of weird to make it a Switch exclusive. But I am hyped for it. I still need to get a fucking Switch, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, reminder, so I could leave a link to my PayPal right here if you want to contribute so I could be able to do these videos more. And if I can, and so I can get a Nintendo Switch so I can do some Nintendo Switch reviews and all that good stuff. Yeah, so that Final Fantasy, that Chocobo Racing game looks really good. It looks fun. Yeah, like a full fun attraction. I don't expect it to be a high budget like a Mario Kart game, but it looks fun. You get Magicite power-ups, and it seems like they function like the Diddy Kong Racing power-ups. Like if you grab more than one, it upgrades. You get the third one is the most powerful one. They just showed in the trailer just with fire. That's it. I really looking back at it, I looked at the trailer the third time. I was actually kind of disappointed with the fire animation. It's just a bigger fireball as it gets bigger. Like I wish they could have did it a little different, like in the Final Fantasy games. Each animation would be different. Like and 9, I think it's just like a little fire thing, and then fire I think it's like a pillar, and then Firega is like an explosion. It would have been neat if they did something like that. The characters they showed in the trailers, of course, the Chocobo, a white mage. Vivi is in it with an Ogloclaw, and then there's Steiner, who I missed the first 2 times watching the trailer. My boy Steiner's in it, and with Alexandria stage. And I think I noticed a Behemoth. And that's all I can remember. Oh, I think there's a Moogle in there. Yeah, it was Dungeon Hero X, that Moogle. He's also in it too. Yeah, cool. They showed a little bit more of Project Triangle Strategy, which ended up just being called Triangle Strategy, like a lot of people guessed. They just showed that they've been listening to people's feedback from the demo they released way back when, and I think it's not going to be released until next year. I'm still interested in that. Still haven't played a tactics game yet. What else did they show off? They showed off Splatoon 3. Wish I could be more excited, but I still have not played any Splatoon games due to me not having a Switch. I think Splatoon 1 I think was on the Wii U. But I didn't have a chance to play it anyway. But by the time I got a Wii U and all that, I think the servers for the first one was down, so I don't see the point in playing it now. Splatoon 3. Oh yeah, the new Kirby game. Let's not freaking forget about that. The new Kirby game. Oh man, so Kirby's Forgotten Land. Kirby in the Forgotten Land. This looks cool. It has like a post-apocalyptic setting, like Kirby meets The Last of Us or Near Automata. It's just like nobody ever saw that shit coming, and it's in full 3D. It's a full 3D Kirby game. Like what? I'm really excited for it. I have not played that many Kirby games. Surprisingly, all I played is Kirby Superstar and Kirby Adventure on the NES. I can't even remember when I played that. When did I play it? How did I play it? Did I use a emulator? No, I think I bought off the Wii U's library. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was a pretty fun game, but I don't think I'll play it again though. It's just so old. Like the NES games are kind of hard to go back and play sometimes. But yeah, when I get a Switch, I'm gonna get that game for sure. Even though I have a ton of other games I want to play before then, cause damn, I still don't have a Switch yet, and it came out in 2017. All right, so the really what the fuck moment in that Switch Direct was Nintendo announcing a Super Mario animated movie, and the voice cast. Oh man, like fucking Chris Pratt as Mario. Oh my gosh, ugh. Like why can't they just get voice actors, like some legit voice actors? And the funny thing is, they got Charles Martinet as a cameo in the movie, but they don't have him as Mario. Like this man has been playing Mario for like, I think since Nintendo 64. So, oh fuck, bro, come on. Oh man, I just couldn't help laughing, but when I saw this, because it didn't seem real. They had fucking, I don't know who Charles Day is. I just see him posted on the internet with the pictures of shit. I don't know his acting at all. He probably plays some shit I would never watch in the first place, so I can't say much about him. But he just looked like a celebrity, so yeah. And then fucking Jack Black as Bowser. Oh my gosh, why? Seth Rogen is fucking Donkey Kong. Oh man, this shit just look bad. And Michael Keegan Key is fucking Toad. Like, come on. But the only thing, I saw some people I didn't recognize for Peach and like Magic Koopa / Kamek and Cranky Kong and Spike, who I didn't know about. Who I found out was some character in Wrecking Crew. I was just fine. I don't really feel like, I don't see the need for them to cast Hollywood act. I don't really get it. I mean, Mario's a big enough IP where you don't really need that shit. People will see that shit regardless just because it's Mario. And if the trailer looks good, definitely they will see that shit. But I mean, just look at Shang Chi. Like that has a, well, yeah. That is a good example still, because I was about to say, well, Marvel's established brand, but Nintendo is too. I mean, I would say that Mario's been bigger than most of these Marvel characters in general have been. Mario's been popular since he came out in since Super Mario Bros. Came out in '85, so they actually have some edge over Marvel in that regards in terms of brand and recognition, aside from, you know, like Spider-Man and X-Men. Not even X-Men, because I don't even think X-Men really got off and popping in the media and like mainstream media until like the 90s anyway, and early 90s, early 2000s. So yeah, so just look at Shang-Chi. It just did pretty good. It did even better if they were in the pandemic right now, and it have no like actors that really mainstream people really knew about. Even though I'm kind of, if you really know Awkwafina like that, I just feel kind of weird she get on by her. Right, I found her through Underground, because I knew about Awkwafina for a while with the Yellow Ranger album. Always Misha, which is like a random underground rapper I found one day while I was on Bandcamp or something. I don't know anybody else that listen to her music but me, when I stopped listening to it a while ago too. But yeah, that did perfectly fine, and it ain't really have to have big name Hollywood actors, even though it is kind of a different case because Hollywood don't really give Asian actors roles to begin with. So, but still, they could have did that with Mario, whatever. It's just disappointing. Oh, and then I didn't even find out about this till a little later, but I didn't know Chris Pratt was kind of homophobic, like transphobic, which makes me like the decision even less. I don't know. We'll see if the movie ends up being good or not. I'm not having hope right now, which is better, because when I go actually see it, I'll probably like it more because my expectations are low. Yup. Oh, and the best thing was seeing Bayonetta 3 out there. So my girl Bayonetta looking good. Look like there's a new enemy type. in this one. It doesn't, because that enemy didn't look like an angel or a demon. So this definitely has to be a new enemy type. You see some newer mechanics. Her climax look like it's different, and you can control. Looks like you control the monsters she summons out. That's typically used in the climax scenes. I'm not. It looked like it was just for regular combat too, not like against bosses. Let's see how it's implemented. Hopefully, it doesn't make the game too easy. A lot of people, I think a lot of people said Bayonetta 2 was too easy, even though I think I still got a good challenge out of the game, though, still, with the challenge rooms or online co-op mode, and I think the game also did have difficulty levels too, if I'm not mistaken, and then you also had rankings like from bronze, gold, and platinum too, so the game could give you plenty of challenge if you want it. Yeah, so Bayonetta 2 was really good, and I'm so excited for Bayonetta 3. Only thing I don't like about Bayonetta in this one, I haven't really noticed that her voice actors changed. Well, I did notice initially. It's not that big of a difference though. Unlike with Persona 5, Tate and Kimi, they do sound completely different. This new one still sounds like Bayonetta. Yeah. The only thing I didn't like about her is that her hair, the pigtails is fine, but it looks like the tips of it is wrapping underneath her armpits, which I don't get. I see she has like a hair bow on the side, but it doesn't look like it's tied to it, like it's separate. It just looks weird. It makes me uncomfortable. Like I feel uncomfortable in my armpits just looking at it. That's the only complaint. I'm probably gonna have to change that with my playthrough. I don't know if I'll be able to get used to it. But yeah, that was a good ass Nintendo Direct, man. Oh, they also showed off Metroid Dread some more too. That looked dope. But yeah, still to get a Nintendo Switch, my dude. Yeah. And aside from that, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl still looking good. Nigel Thornberry and Lucy are looking good. They might be two of the characters I play with. I still got to see the other ones. Like I know Powder Toast Man. They still haven't shown him off yet, or they haven't shown off. They haven't been confirmed, but I think Aang is in the game and Korra. And I really want to see how they play too, because I'm probably end up maining Korra. I would end up maining Korra. That's because I really like the Legend of Korra. I don't care what y'all see. I know what y'all about to say. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, that's all about it. Yeah, so let me know in the comments below what y'all think about the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, Nintendo's Direct, and Shang Chi if you've seen it. Alright, I'll catch y'all guys next time. Peace out.